Hi everyone, welcome to a new week, and I'm showing you what's going out today on eBay and Depop. So if you've not watched before, we're Faye and Simon, we're married to reselling, and we are full-time resellers, buying and selling online, anything there's profit in basically, and we really enjoy it, love it, and we love doing our YouTube videos as well. So I've got a couple of big things to show you first. The first one is something that's been in this, well, we've had it for a couple of years. It's a big jungle train and big passenger train sets with some track. It's vintage. I don't know if they're complete. I expressed that in my listing. And it's sold for £90. We've had them for ages. So this is part of our plan to clear out stuff that's just been sitting around unlisted. So that was the first big thing. The next big thing is this. I'm going to get Simon to put a picture up here or here, wherever he wants. It's something else from the olden days. Whoa, the lid's just come open. Something else from the olden days. It is a 4-track vintage Elpico 4-track reel-to-reel tape recorder working, and it includes an ACOS microphone, which sell for about 30 quid on their own, I think. This sold for £79.99. Both of these big items are plus post. They'll go UPS. Okay, now to the easier to handle bits and bobs. It's blooming cold in here again. Okay, we have 3 soup mugs. Haven't found mulligatawny yet, but these are onion, oxtail and mushroom. They were £2.97 for those 3, and they sold for £19.99. Then we've got a what is it? Marvel Mitre football. This sold before and came back as undelivered, so it's sold again. And Simon picked it up from a charity shop, I think. It cost £4, sold for £14.99. Oh, this jacket is Fresh Ego Kid. It's a adult's jacket, puffer jacket, sold for £20 on Depop. Had it for ages. So glad to see that go. We've got the Brambley Hedge tea tray that came with the teapot. That sold for £23. That cost £4.99, but we did so well on the teapot, over 100 quid in a couple of days. We have a fat face hoodie, size 10. That was £6, sold for 12. Overpaid on that. Overpaid on these as well. Mint velvet jeans. Won't pick up mint velvet red jeans again. They were £8.47, sold for £16.99. Won't pick up Lindy Bop either. This was £10, sold for £18.18. Just accepting all reasonable offers at the moment. Then we've got a Desigual dress. This was £4, sold for £18.99. I'm happy to pick up Desigual. I don't mind about that. Then we've also got a Bowden chunky knit cardigan. This was £4.50. Sold for £19.99. Listed it in October. I thought it would have sold quicker, but I was wrong. This is a bad buy. It's for £6. It's a Storm London cabin bag, but it's actually an Avon collaboration, so that I think cheapened it a bit, sadly. Cost £6, sold for £13, listed since September. And then we've got 4 of the Spanish beer glasses. They were a total cost of £2 for 4. And they sold for £29.98, so that was a great pickup. Yeah, so sort of quite quiet over the weekend, really, sales-wise. But we have got a lot to list because we did pick up some bits, so we'll let you know about that in a future video. Slim pickings today, everybody. I'm going to get through this quickly. We've got baby pushchair buggy liner cushion pad. It's handmade. It comes with the strap covers. It costs like pence and sold for £8.99. I actually bought a whole job lot of those and didn't realise they were handmade. Thought they were like going to be branded ones, and sent them all back to the auction house and realised that I'd left 2 out, and so that's one of the ones. The 2 I left out are both sold now. That's the second one to sell. So yeah, some Trivial Pursuit spares for £2.49. We've got this Fenright Manson A-line dress, 100% silk, sold for £15. That costs £6.50. Got this Long Tall Sally vest, size 22. Sorry, that dress was listed in November. This was listed in October. It cost £1, sold for £10. And then I've got a vintage picture frame. I'm not going to take it out because it's very fragile, but it's kind of like off-white with roses. Cost 33p. Got that when Simon and I went out chazzering before Christmas. I got 3 things for £1. It was this, some Whittard's coasters, oh, and a Flower Fairies plate, and that hasn't sold yet. So this was 33p, sold for £6.99. Also, we've got 2 paperweights. This one has dolphins, and that costs £2.90. And this one has a whale. So definitely a theme going on here. It's sold to the same person. This one costs £2.90 as well, so must have got them in the same job lot. There we go, it's a bit smaller. No particular brand, just probably Chinese glass, but they sold for £20.50 together. And then I picked these up on Friday. These are in a recent haul video that maybe hasn't even gone out yet. These cost £8. They're FootJoy golf shoes, men's, size 8, really good condition, sold for £29.99. So very happy with those.
Some auction stuff now. We have continued to do our 99p auctions. We've still got around 80 items, I think, that are going on weekly 99p auctions. I think it's time to stop those now. We'll bundle it up, we'll grab it all out, bundle it up and flog it off that way. It's just kind of too time consuming each week to be messing around with stuff, considering so much of it just sells for 99p plus post. Anyway, there we go. This is a big, they called it a household items bundle. Homeware items, who knows? I don't even know what's in there. Anyway, that sold for 99p plus post, so that's going with the courier. Post was £5.99 on that one. This Puanani, something like that. I was a bit worried about saying that. There's a dress, a sundress, and that sold for 99p plus post. All of these things sold plus post, so I won't say it. Keep saying it. Some football socks, 99p. Valsina Paris, what is it? Face mask, 99p. These little bookends, which I got for £2 from a charity shop a while ago. They're Russ Burney. I thought they'd sell. So it's like it's not bookend. Well, they're books, but it's like a credit card, a card holder or something. Anyway, enough about that. 99p. Agatha Christie DVDs with 1 disc missing, sold for 99p. A Cherished Teddies, nothing really to see there, it's wrapped up. Bobby, 99p. This, 99p. These, bunch of grapes apparently. They look like grapes to me. Necklace, I think that is, 99p. Fortune Maker game, had this for ages. I'm a bit worried now that that's more than 45 centimetres and won't be small parcel. I'm going to measure it. That was 20 centimetres that, so that's got to go courier. So I'm pretty sure I only put normal post on that. I'm not sure, 100% sure, can't check because my phone's there. And this one as well kind of failed with, it's the weakest link, electronic. It went for £2.70 plus post, but unfortunately I only put £3.75 post on it. I used our £3.75 business policy. I should have put the courier post on it. So it sold for £6.45, which will just about cover the post, but it won't cover post and eBay fees. Obviously it won't cover the cost of the unit, but we've already got over that, you know, when we put them on auction. But there we go, another one for the courier and another bit of a fail. So our sales videos are changing slightly. We're going to continue to do the early part of the week. Tends to be more things to show you. But then we're going to move into a kind of review, which we'll do at the end of the week. So new sales videos will have Monday / Tuesday stuff, auction stuff if we continue to do that or whatever, but mainly Monday stuff. And then we'll be sitting down, we'll just be chatting through our favourite sales. It might also mean the videos get a bit longer. So these sales videos got quite a bit shorter when we changed the format from Faye in the dining room to us in the barn. And I know a lot of you like the longer videos, so I think having us discussing this in the second part of the sales video about the week, might talk about refunds, might talk about issues we've had with customers, any new things happening on eBay, that sort of stuff. So it'll be a bit more of a kind of weekly chat about how the week's gone and what's happened. We hope you enjoy this new format. So it's the end of the week, and as mentioned a second ago, this part of the video is just going to be a bit of a review about what happened for the rest of the week. Things that, I don't know, do I say things that annoyed us or just things that happened? So if you're a reseller and you're watching this and you're thinking, I don't know, why does this always happen to me? Maybe some of the circumstances or some of the situations that we're going to just chat through might be familiar, and if you're not sure how to deal with them always, we're just going to tell you how we dealt with them. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but just how we go about things. Well, first off, we'll just talk about what other things that we sold.
I'm just looking through our solds here on eBay, and we had a good sale of some kids' toothpaste. I don't know if you remember it from the haul. Well, it's one of our most recent hauls actually. It was our last minute sort of accidental sourcing trip on New Year's Eve. They had these Jack and Jill kids toothpastes. They were 50p each, there were 6 of them, and I just grabbed them, and they sold for £19.99 as a bundle, so that's a really good one.
What was the cost of that? £3?
£3, yeah. So we've got a lot of recent clothing listings, and I've been listing them on eBay and then cross-listing to Depop and Vinted, and some of them have sold really quickly. So I've got a Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, brand new tags, large, sold for £29.99, that cost £1.96. The Wentworth puzzle with the 5 missing pieces sold very low, but I mean, I can't sell a decent puzzle with 5 pieces missing for anything high, so that went for £8.49. It cost £2 and I did the puzzle, so very happy with that.
But you picked 2 up at the same time, didn't you, for £2 each? First one sold for £24.99.
I can't remember, maybe a bit more. It was less pieces though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that one's gone out still at profit, and you know, we weren't to know that it wasn't complete when we picked it up. No, and still turned it into profit.
Exactly, and I enjoyed doing it. Some more Spanish beer glasses, they're still going out the door, which is great. We've sold some Christmas decorations, which we're happy about, because these are ones we got from an auction ages and ages ago, and they just stick around. So we sold 2 boxes. It's been a quiet week, but then there has been problems with eBay. Sending offers out to watchers is basically non-existent at the moment, and it's just so many of you have had the same problem, so it's not just us. eBay are aware of it. So yeah, eBay has been very quiet, but Vinted hasn't. So I've been cross-listing to Depop and Vinted anything clothing, and it's paid off, hasn't it? I mean, it's been paying off for a while, but this week I've really noticed, well, quite a few sales. So what I'm doing is I am cross-listing them, but I'm reducing the prices on Vinted to what they are on eBay, because there's no fees to sell on Vinted. So I'm reducing them right down. So if something costs me £2, I don't mind selling it for 10, 12, 14 pounds, even if I'm selling it for 20, 22 on eBay. There's no fees, the customer pays postage, and I'm happy. And we've sold quite a few. A lot of them, I only have UPS and Royal Mail switched on, so it's not inconvenient for us to post them. We don't use Hermes, just personal choice. And yeah, really happy. I've lost count of how many things we've sold on Vinted this week.
It's definitely noticeable. It's noticeable for me as well, because I do the sort of shipping. It's all, you know, because it's not designed for businesses. It's a bit clunky, to say the least. But we work through it. We buy the shipping online from Royal Mail, and I just upload a screenshot of the receipt. So not the receipt from the post office when we hand it over, literally the PayPal receipt for the purchase. It shows the buyer address and everything on it. So I've been uploading that straight after printing out the label. So it's done before I've even got to the post office.
Sold jumpers, sold some Harsh, we've sold some weird fish, we've sold some mint velvet, we've sold Fen White Manson. They're just the ones I can remember off the top of my head. Men's and women's as well, and it's predominantly women that I've seen on Vinted, but the men's top that I sold was 4XL, so it was quite a niche size. But yeah, really happy with how Vinted's been going, because this time last year I think we dabbled in Vinted and I didn't have a good word to say about it.
No, I remember actually we put Vinted on our thumbnail on YouTube, and didn't we? And Depop, and then about 3 weeks later we took it off, just because nothing was happening.
Yeah,
so watch this space. If we really start to feel confident, it might be going back on there. Stick around, because we've got a few things to show you that we've sourced.
Yeah, and little tiny mini teeny weeny little haul. So I think it was last week, I was in the shower and I was just thinking about reselling, because I think about it a lot, and I was just thinking, I've had it with 99p auctions, literally had it. I'm sick of the sight of them. They clog my emails up on a Sunday night with this sold or this didn't sell, and yeah, just knowing that we're packing things up.
They're definitely not the most exciting ka-chings, are they?
They're not the most exciting ka-chings.
For an hour on a Sunday night.
No, and knowing how cold it is when we're packing outside, and yeah, I just want to knock them on the head. So we're not doing them anymore.
No, so this Sunday we've got like 100-ish, 80-ish, I think I mentioned it a minute ago, listed. They're finishing Sunday. They're set to not auto renew, and then we're gonna print that list out, get in the barn, drag it all out of there, beat it around the head a bit, and then bundle it up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sell it as either 1 or 2 bundles.
Yeah.
I mean, but we need to keep an eye on that, because when we've had auctions ending before and we've set them not to relist, they have relisted.
I have double checked.
Okay.
But yeah, you can only do. Yeah, that did happen to us, and I got all the fees back from eBay, because I sent a screenshot of the confirmation that the automation had been cancelled, just because I like to CYA, and they refunded all the fees. So
yeah, so they're ending, so then they can just, the time can be spent, it'll take me 10 minutes to list a couple of bundles, and it's not,
forget all about it.
Forget all about it, yeah, exactly. So that's basically where we're going with that.
We had an interesting one this week with UPS collection. So we have UPS comes to collect for FBA, for Amazon, and also we sell stuff, as Faye said, on Vinted UPS collection. And on Friday, they didn't turn up. And
it's really annoying, because we wanted to go out.
Yeah, so we were waiting in, basically. One of us always waits in if we've got UPS collecting, which is usually 2 or 3 times a week.
And that's not a problem, because we're working. It just means that like any last minute, oh, should we forget about work and go out for the day? It doesn't really happen, but that's fine, because we're working.
So this week I'd arranged a collection with a Amazon tracking number. So if you don't sell on Amazon, basically you can, when you do a box for FBA, you can buy the label off them effectively, off Amazon, and then you go on the UPS website, put your UPS tracking in, and UPS will turn up and collect your Amazon box. And if you happen to have other stuff as well, like eBay sales and what have you, they'll take those as well, and it's free because you're having your Amazon box collected. However, we do know that UPS and Amazon have had a little bit of a falling out before Christmas, and the word was that Amazon owed UPS a lot of money. We know that a few of you had reported that there was issues with UPS not collecting. So on Friday, I had a FBA box due for collection, so I'd arranged UPS to come and collect with the Amazon UPS tracking number. They didn't show up. 3 or 4 days ago, we had an email from Amazon saying that it had come to their attention that UPS had been charging for some of their Amazon collections, which we had noticed, and we just paid £2.40 because it was Christmas and we were just, you know, didn't need the complications. Amazon said in the email that they would be recouping that off UPS and refunding Amazon sellers. So I think they've had another falling out and probably been instructed not to collect Amazon parcels again. Possibly that's what's happened. Anyway, so I was here packing up a big set of bowls.
Like lawn bowls,
which we sold for £110. You haven't seen them in the picking part or in this video, because as I was packing it up, the customer decided that they no longer wanted the bowls anymore because their club professional had said they weren't the ones that they needed. Ultimately, it turned out that UPS didn't collect those didn't come anyway, so they wouldn't have got picked up. Someone has recently bought them again, so you will see those next week.
It was just frustrating because we'd also then accumulated a pile of items that needed to be posted, UPS for Vinted, and we'd said, because it's such a nice day, well, after UPS have gone, should we take the dogs out and go to the pub for a drink? And like we were both on board with that, and then it just was getting darker and darker and darker, and we don't live in the sort of village where you can walk at night, not because it's dangerous, just because there's no street lights and no footpaths to the pub. So yeah, we just had to knock the whole thing on the head.
Other things that have happened this week. It seems like idiot week on the messages on eBay.
Had a couple on Vinted as well.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to picture what the person was doing when they sent these messages. Like,
were they drunk?
Yeah, were they drunk? Were they having a moment? It's just crazy. So the first one, you'll see on the screen. Hi, what size would this be in age, please? Now this is an adult's jacket.
Listed in women's jackets.
And I've replied to that message, basically says large, as it does in the title, and then just copied and pasted the measurement.
You've copied and pasted them from the listing into that message?
From the listing into the message, yeah. The next one, we sold which you'll have seen, the reel-to-reel. Turns out the customer put the wrong address in their order. So they missed out their house number. And they've been pestering us because the item didn't get delivered when it should have been delivered. I checked the UPS tracking, and sure enough, the item is sitting in the UPS warehouse because they don't know where to deliver it. We're back and forth with the customer. They said the address was right, and I said, well, I've Googled it, it's not right. Then they said, oh no, it's not right, it should have this in it. Then they replied saying, no, it was okay, and they've had other parcels, not had any problems, to which I replied, well, clearly there is a problem with this one.
If it's your postman might be like, oh yeah, that's Mr. Smith, he lives up the road, so I'll take it there. But if it's a courier, they don't. Yeah,
that courier might go to that place once a month.
Yeah.
You just don't know. So back and forth. Anyway, they opened a case. Now, I've messaged them today, basically to tell them politely that when they open their case, that then puts a ticker on how much time I've got to resolve it before ultimately they're going to get a refund. But that's not going to happen. I've made sure of it. I've messaged eBay for business. So in a few days, if they haven't had delivery, ultimately eBay would close the case in the buyer's favour. I've messaged eBay for business on Facebook, just sent a message, just stating the facts, wrong delivery address. The customer has confirmed it's the wrong address, then they've said it should have been okay, but now they've reconfirmed the delivery address again, which is different to what's on the order. It may be that they're just being naive, but also, you know, my suspicion when someone opens a case that quick, you know, oh, your address is wrong, well, I'm opening a case. I think that they're playing the game. They know that without tracking confirmation or delivery confirmation, as of a certain date, which is about 4 days away, they'll get a refund. So it's not happening because I've contacted eBay for business. They've put a note on the account and said that will not happen now. If it's not resolved by the courier, if the courier still hasn't delivered it by then, escalate to them and they'll take care of it. The annoying thing is they may well just refund the customer without any impact on us, which I know a lot of you get frustrated with because the customer is just getting away with it. And knowingly getting away with it, they're playing the system.
Don't let it get to you.
It's not on. So yeah, if it happens to you, just follow the process. I see a lot of messages on Facebook, a lot of posts on Facebook. What do I do in this situation? Just stick to your guns. If you're in the right, just follow the process, let it play out, and also in the meantime, contact eBay for business on Facebook, explain the situation. Yeah,
eBay for business on Facebook is the way to go with any issue on eBay.
Yeah.
Don't bother going through eBay chat or whatever.
No, you'll be there for. I've been on eBay chat in the past for literally hours, going round in circles with people, whilst working, so you can sort of do it whilst you have the chat window open, but just don't waste your time. Just get straight on eBay for business on Facebook and send your messages via there. There's 2 people that respond. One's better than the other, but things do get sorted out by a real human being.
Oh yes, this is the bowls guy again.
Yeah, so this is the bowls guy. So he sent us an offer, we accepted the offer, and then within minutes we get the message saying, please, can you deliver these for tomorrow?
Because he's got his second lesson.
Yeah. Now, I obviously replied to him saying that's absolutely impossible. It will be delivered by the date, which was like something like Tuesday. And they sort of kicked off and said, well, it says UPS next day delivery, to which point I had to tell them that that may well be the delivery service that's being used, but that doesn't account for the handling time. So they sort of understood that, got that through to them, a few messages back and forth. This is the guy that ended up cancelling the order anyway. What a waste of time. This nice jumper message. So this is just a jumper that someone was asking about. Can you tell me the material of the jumper? It's all in the listing. The percentages of the material are in the listing. So sold the paperweight for £160, which you'll have seen. Sent via GSP, and sure enough, it didn't arrive to them when they expected. And the minute you see a message from something you've sold for £160, you're just like, oh.
Well, I already knew that it had been delivered because I had when you send something GSP, you get a notification from eBay when it's on the way to the customer. So when it's got to the warehouse in Lichfield and they've sent it, you get a message saying it's on its way, and then you'll get a message saying success, your order has been delivered, when it's been delivered. And I'd had that message because I just said to you in passing, hadn't I, before this came through. Yeah,
well, the good thing about GSP is that I was basically able just to say to them, this was sent via GSP internationally, so please contact eBay. And then I think within a day we had positive feedback, and then a message saying it's arrived.
This next one's a great one. So we've got a number of watches for sale, vintage watches, and this is a digital watch. Good morning, could I have the photo of the inside of the clock? It's a watch. And how am I supposed to take a picture of an inside of a watch? Some frying pans now, and this is someone that sent an offer. We accepted it. This happens a lot. They send offers, you accept it, and then they start asking their questions. Hello, I would just like to check that none of the non-stick coating is damaged on either pan. Thanks.
So these are used pans. There was really good photos of them. And whether these could be in absolute A1 condition. Now they're packed up. But you never want to say, that yes, they're mint or whatever. You're just going to stitch yourself up down the line for an item not as described case. So I replied to this person and said, well, they're used pans, please have a good look at the picture. I'm not going to say there's no blemishes on because I haven't looked at them under a microscope. I didn't say that, but that is the point. So I just replied with that. Sure enough, they didn't pay. Now I knew they weren't going to pay from my response. I wasn't trying to be unhelpful, but I was trying to be non-committal.
Yeah.
And I just knew they wouldn't pay. So 12 hours passed and they still hadn't paid. So I relisted them straight away. They sold again.
Which is risky.
Yeah, it was risky, but I
you
just
like
knew
to take that risk, don't
They sold again, and then around about 4 hours ago, I was able to cancel this order, and hopefully they got a strike for non-payment.
Yeah, you always hope so, but who knows? This one's a good one. Hi, I have a pair of these and can't remember the size I bought, and as you say, there is no size on the shoe. Could you measure the insole max length and the outside sole max length, please, so I can check against the ones I have?
Well, they're a UK 8, and it says that in the description, and whether or not, I think the point Faye had made on the listing was that maybe the label had come off or been removed or something from the auction, but we knew they were UK 8, so no need for us to measure them, and we moved on.
I'm so sorry, didn't read properly and didn't realise incomplete. So sorry. Oh, this is a Playmobil set of Noah's Ark. So it's the Ark, some animals, Noah's assistant. I don't know if they ever had a name, did they?
No.
And it's like a ramp as well. And it's been listed a while. Sold it loads of times before, this set of toys, like the same. I found it loads in charity shops. Anyway, someone offered and I accepted. Then we were in the barn, packing, and my phone rang, and it was the customer, just started talking to me straight away about this, not saying, oh hi, my name's Shirley.
I bought something off you from eBay. Or...
So this woman's like, right, this is for my grandson Oliver, can I send direct to him? And she hadn't paid by this point, and I was like, you can, but you need to make sure that that address is on your order, so you don't send me a message separately with the address you want it delivered to. It needs to be on the order. She's like, yeah, okay, well, I'll just probably have it sent to me and then I'll send it to Oliver, but that's fine. And I said, okay, well, just as long as you pay. And she's like, yeah, I'll do it later. And then I get a message saying, I'm so sorry, didn't read properly and didn't realise incomplete. So sorry, Nikki. So are you telling me you want to cancel the order?
And as you can see in the title, it says incomplete. Now, my
Yeah,
advice to anyone that brings your phone, I used to do this back in when I worked in an office. You know, it was 5:30, everyone was trying to get out of the door and the phone would ring, particularly at peak times. Literally, I just pick up the phone and say, no, sorry, I'm the cleaner. Can you send an email? And, you know, I just would not recommend engaging in any conversations where there is no trail of the conversation that's taken place. So, yeah, I would recommend anyone, if customers ring your phone, just to ask them to put whatever it is they want to say in a message and just say, you know, you're the cleaner, picked up the phone.
Okay, another one here for some mint velvet cropped red jeans. Hi, really interested in these. I have never bought mint velvet before. Is this a small fit, as I'm usually size 8? And I've put they're a size 10 regular. So I don't know why they're asking that question. Like, everyone's different. Just go away.
Yeah, the measurements are in there. So why aren't they using the measurements?
So this is a Sahara lightweight cardigan, medium/large. It's an open front Lagan look, so it means there's no fastening. It's just like a waistcoaty style sort of cardigan thing, very floaty. It's very floaty, and the pictures are on a mannequin, and they said, what is the measurement around the bottom hem, please?
So it's going to be like, it's not going to be a case of it's not going to fit.
No.
It's going to be like this. Like,
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't think we replied to that one. I certainly didn't.
Gilet, hi, is the item washable or only dry clean? Did you reply to that one?
No.
This one was on Vinted. So someone favorited an item, a pair of shoes that I've got for sale on Vinted. I then sent them an offer, because you can do that. And they wrote back, hi there, thanks for the offer, but not sure if slingbacks would fit me well enough.
Thanks.
Yeah, great.
Thanks for wasting everyone's time.
Yeah, great. Do you think messages were particularly crazy this past week?
Yeah, feels like it. I think people are bored, or I don't know.
Wasn't this week, what did you say about this past week, or the day? Wasn't it like...
Oh, like Blue
Monday.
Like the most depressing week of the year or something, you know, because it's like the first full week after New Year. Yeah, just did seem particularly crazy. But let us know what you think, if you liked hearing those messages, or if they just kind of remind you too much of the boring stuff about selling on eBay.
Maybe you've got some classics you want to tell us about.
Pop them in the comments. Yeah, let us know what you think about hearing about the messages. One message that we really did appreciate was a message from Lisa, who just took the time, which is very nice of you, if you're watching, Lisa, just to say that you love the YouTube videos. And she bought one of our 99p auctions. It was the
Hawaiian brand.
Yeah. Was it a dress?
Yeah, it was summer dress.
Yeah, so thanks ever so much. Really nice of you. Saving for Florida. Hope you get to go there soon. If you need any more 99p stuff this week, well, probably as you're watching this video, if you watch this video the minute it's released, they'll be ending very shortly. Thanks ever so much for taking the time to send us that message. That's very lovely.
Yeah, and we're glad to have helped you with tips and advice, and Happy New Year to you too. So I popped out to a charity shop earlier in the week, and this was purely to take some items back. So from our recent haul video, there was one of you has actually commented on the jackets. There was two kind of like velvet jackets, men's jackets, Mark, Darcy. And they were really nice jackets, and when I started listing them, or like paying very close attention to start listing them, one had a rip in the pocket, which was okay. I was willing to declare that because it was just like on a seam, but then sort of the centre seam in the lining on the inside just didn't seem right to me, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. And they didn't have size labels in. I've looked everywhere for them, because I know sometimes they can be in the pocket or like in the sleeve. Couldn't find him, and I thought, you know what, I think this is just going to be a return waiting to happen. And I hadn't taken the label off, and then I thought, well, I'll just look at the other one. Again, that didn't have it was the same brand, didn't have a size label in it, and it had stains all down one side, and I thought, oh, I'm taking these back. They were $7.99 each, so I took them back in the week on the way to the supermarket. And obviously I had to have a quick look, didn't I, see what else was for sale. So I took them back, no problem, got my money back, and picked up some bits and bobs. So Got this Bramley Hedge autumn plate, not as great as the teapot or the cups and saucers, but I couldn't leave it behind. It's £3.49. If you can remember, we sold the Bramley Hedge teapot for over £100 just before Christmas that we got for £5.99.
And the plate was
the
just
tea
earlier in
tray.
this video.
Yeah.
The tea tray, 23, I think.
I picked up this cute guy. He is a glass penguin paperweight.
Little baby.
With little baby penguins inside. This was £4.99 and I just thought it was really cute. And then there was a whole load of, I sort of knew it was Denby from a distance, although I wasn't familiar with this style. But there was a load of Denby, and I just kind of know now, just practice, you can kind of think, you can look at something and think, I think I know the maker of that, even if it's a pattern you're not familiar with. And this was the case for me. So there was a load of Denby on the shelf. I didn't take it all. I took this pot because it's quite nice. It's sort of thing my mum puts roast potatoes in, although I don't think it'd be big enough for all of us, would it?
No.
But it's very nice.
Put my sweets in there.
How much did I pay?
£4.99.
£4.99. I also got a butter dish, which is quite unique. I haven't seen one on eBay for sale. Really, really good condition. It could have just been someone's best in their cupboard and they've had a clear out, they don't use it. And then I also got the salt and pepper. Now it was the salt and pepper that I saw first. These were £2.99 and they didn't have anything written on the bottom. So I thought, oh, maybe it isn't Denby. And then when I looked at the rest, oh no, it's not on this one either.
Yeah, it's on this. It's called Denby Greystone, as it says at the bottom there.
Denby don't always write the name of their set on the base of their items. Normally it will say Denby, but it won't necessarily. Very rarely I've seen where it says what collection it is, so that was handy. But I left behind sort of the storage canisters with the wooden lids. I didn't fancy picking them up. There was 4 of those and 2 kind of like curved edged tart trays, like flan trays, ceramic ones, 2 different sizes. I left those behind as well. It was closing time, I didn't have enough hands.
Bit of a sales video, tiny bit of a haul in there obviously as well, plus some issues, frustrations and goings on.
Real life reseller action.
Yeah, so let us know if you like this video. If you did like the video, please hit the thumbs up. It just really makes a difference to us and the algorithm and all that stuff.
Thanks ever so much for watching and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye for now.
See you.